Hi, my name is Katharina, and I would like to give you an overview of how you can teach AI with very simple methods like board games, role-playing games, and of course, Snap. The AI teaching modules are part of the project IT to School, Discovering IT Together. With IT to School, we want to empower teachers without a background in informatics. To do so, we have developed material that is easy to use, easy to understand, and just very playful. And the AI modules that we are developing are in exactly the same spirit. Why are we doing this? Because AI is all around us. Sometimes we don't even recognize it. And we want to change that because only if we understand this new technology around us, we can live our lives independently and autonomously. One more thing, the AI modules have been developed in cooperation by the Free University of Berlin, the University of Oldenburg, and Wissensfabrik, a German nonprofit organization. So let's start with AI. We have overall developed 7 modules, and we've grouped them together into 2. The 2 groups are called Discovering AI and Creating with AI, according to the goals which we would like to achieve. But I also like to call this an adventure because module per module, you discover more about AI until you are able to create your very own learning algorithm. And the beauty of it is you don't necessarily have to go through all of the 7 modules to achieve a learning. You can also pick single modules depending on the group that you're working with and still discover a part of the world of AI. So that's why we also have 4 basic modules and 3 advanced modules. The basic ones are more basic, and the advanced modules, for the advanced modules, you need some more knowledge. The first module starts with discovering where we find AI in our everyday life. So let's start together. In the middle, you see a picture of someone who's taking a selfie. And around the pictures, you see 3 students who have their opinion about it, whether it is AI or not taking a selfie. And because there's a filter on the selfie, the question or the discussion is even more heated. The pink person on the bottom left says, the filter has learned where on my face my tongue normally is, and even when I move. So this must be AI. The yellow person says, that's somewhat of an AI because some kind of algorithm creates the tongue and places it right on the spot on my face. And the green person thinks, this is no AI because I put the tongue on the picture with my finger. So my question to you is, surprise, this is interactive. Which person is right? The pink, the yellow, or the green person? Please write your answer in the chat. And as I'm sure that you're already aware of the answer, or that the answer you want to pick, let's just say if you said the yellow or the pink person is right, then you're on the right track. Because selfie filters actually do work with AI. You've just worked with material for the pupils. This material is called a concept cartoon and has been derived from chemistry didactics. The concept cartoon helps to warm up to the complex topic of AI and makes obvious that we are already interacting with AI systems. And exactly this is what happens in the first module, called Discovering AI, with the help of these concept cartoons and also with a very cool large picture analogous to Where's Waldo, in which the students have to identify scenes with AI. In the second module, pupils or 6 to 10 graders slip into the role of a voice assistant, like Alexa, Google Assistant, for example. First, everyone in the classroom picks a role, for example, a router or the client input. So that's basically the mic of the voice assistant. And then the whole classroom learns how a timer is set with the help of AI by playing the role game. And this essentially happens by handing a protocol from person to person. So the whole classroom discovers the steps of how a voice assistant sets a timer together. Now I have another interactive part for you. And to get interactive, let me tell you a story first. Imagine you're a zookeeper and you work with these cute monkeys. But don't be fooled, some of them bite. For the ones you already, for the ones you're already working with, you know exactly which ones bite. But now new monkeys are supposed to join our zoo, and you want to make sure that we don't get bitten by the new monkeys. So that's why, based on the monkeys you already know, you try to find rules with which you can decide if a monkey bites. Now you have 1 minute to formulate your rules. And I have a little tip for you as well. Use pen and paper and focus on their facial expressions. So I'm sure you're already done with your rules, so let's test them. Please decide whether this monkey bites or doesn't bite and write your answer into the chat. So this monkey doesn't bite. So if you chose that, then looks like your rule is okay. Let's try another monkey. Please write your answer in the chat, whether this monkey bites or not. So the ones who thought this monkey doesn't bite were fooled by the nice facial expression, because this monkey actually does bite. What about this one? Please write your answer in the chat. This monkey actually doesn't bite. Now, congratulations, because you just worked like a supervised learning algorithm. The algorithm would present the rules like that in a decision tree. And maybe you've done that as well, but maybe it also worked with if so conditions. Let's decide whether this animal bites or not. This is a crocodile. And if I use the decision tree, which worked for the monkeys, then I would say, okay, does the crocodile have a smiling mouth? No. Does it have X eyes? No. So according to my decision tree, this crocodile doesn't bite. Our world knowledge, however, tells us, of course, this animal bites. So this is a great example of how data can bias our decisions if the wrong data is put into an algorithm, or if the algorithm isn't trained with diverse enough data. And this is an example of what happens in the third module called Beat the Robot. This is all about learning about the different ways of machine learning. So the students actually put themselves into the position of learning algorithms and get the basic understanding of how supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement machine learning works by playing fun board games. This module is all about data. It's called About Data and Trees. The students step into the role of a data scientist in this module. They analyze data with the software Orange 3, which is very easy to use and which makes the process of the analysis transparent. In so doing, the students gain an understanding of which real-world problems can be solved with AI and why biases develop. Now to our first advanced module, which is also a SNAP module. In the banana hunt, you first observe, or students first observe, a learning algorithm in SNAP and analyze how it works. Essentially, they analyze how fast the monkey in this picture learns how to jump over a barrel to catch the banana. And after you've analyzed that algorithm, the program, you program a new learning algorithm based on what you already understood. And then you experiment with the algorithm so that it learns well. Now it's getting really creative. In this module, students get to create their own intelligent personal assistant, and they create a personality from scratch and then bring it to life using Snap. And the ones who've visited the workshop Grand Gestures Thursday evening already know what I'm talking about. This module is just as creative as the ones before. It's been created by your colleagues, Jens and Jatka, or the famous Jens and Jatka. And this module can be used to train your own algorithm with your own gestures or with your own sketches. And then you can use these sketches to animate stories that you are telling. And it can look something like this. Our hearts beat for informatics and AI. Because these are impactful technologies which can help us grow if used responsibly and inclusively. To embark on this journey, we need to empower ourselves and the next generation with the new AI modules for IT2 School. We want to contribute to this goal. And now all that is left to say for me is thank you for coming on this journey with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and lots of fun at the SNAP conference. If you have any questions, Jatka is part of the development team, and I'm sure she can answer a great deal of questions. Otherwise, feel free to get in touch with me here are my contacts on the bottom right.